than what you see in the ARRL handbook. Good evening. This is Bob, NU3Q, that's November Uniform 3, Quebec. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is the first video I'll be making for our YouTube channel. Tonight, I'm going to show you folks how to put on a PL-259 connector on coax, albeit of a bit of a different manner than what you see in the ARRL handbook. Without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and show you folks how I do this. Okay, as you can see, I got the I got one end on already. I'm gonna bring you in and show you how I do the other end. And to do this job, you need some basic tools, wire strippers, cutters. I got a clamp held the coax down when I solder it, sharp knife, solder. In this case, I'm using some Kester solder, rosin core obviously. As you can see from the part number here, it's 6644 composition, 62 thousandths of an inch. I bought this solder at Dayton Hamvention a few years back. I think it was EAM sales, if memory serves me correctly. If you want to really know who it is, contact Joe, the Cat in the Hat guy, K0NEB, Kilo 0 November Echo Bravo. He'll tell you. But I believe I'm correct in my memory there. I'm like 90% sure in that. That's the best place to go in the Hamvention flea market to buy soldering equipment. And most importantly of all, you're going to need a good soldering gun. In this case, I have a Weller 8200 140/100 dual heat gun, meaning a 2-position switch. Part way is 140 watts, all the way back is 100 watts. And your ubiquitous VOM. In this case, I have it set to resistance to make sure there's no shorts in the cable after I get the connector on. Okay, I'm not exactly show you things step by step. I'll do the best I can because I'm holding my iPhone with one hand and narrating while I'll show you folks how to do this. But you're going to see me do any actual mechanical parts of things, so I'll just kind of show you step by step what I do after I get the step done. As you can see, I'm using RG8X cable right here. And I got my connector right here. And my reducing bushing for RG8X. So I'm going to go ahead and screw that into the connector and prep it and show you how I prep it real fast. Okay, to do this part of the operation, I just kind of hold the cable up. It tells me how much to strip. So I measure from the back of my connector all the way up to the tip. And I take off a little extra. So a little past that tip is how much the blackjack I'm going to strip off with my sharp knife. Then I'll go ahead and strip the appropriate amount for the tip off the white center conductor. I'll be back with that. Okay, I'm back. As you can see, I have successfully stripped off the required amount of coax that I need. Once again, here's the center conductor. I pulled the braid back and fanned it out. And essentially that is the difference between the way I do it versus what's in the ARRL handbook. I'll take that center conductor shield and solder it right here onto the connector, right on the back of the end barrel, right about here, or I'll solder that braid too. That way you have a good 100% shield with positive grounding. I learned this from Tim Duffy, K3LR, or as he says, Kilo 3 London Radio. He's one of the people that work up there at DX Engineering in Talmadge, Ohio, near Akron. This is the method he uses. It's on his website, and I'll be sure to post a link to it in the description so you can follow along too as well with what I'm doing here to kind of reinforce the idea. So I'm going to go ahead and stop here and start prepping for the actual soldering portion of the center conductor first. Before I do that, I'm going to wrap a couple rounds of electrical tape here in the center just to kind of give it some bridging and stability. Okay, as you see, I got the black electrical tape here wrapped around the center conductor to kind of match the thickness of the bushing internally. So I'll go ahead and slide this in to this connector, and I'm going to start soldering the tip in place. Okay, we got her all soldered up, and the center of the conductor is all soldered up now. So I'm going to move on to the body now and get the ground put into place. As you can see, I'm going to spread this out and push it around the center conductor there. I mean the center of the shell there, and get that soldered to the shell. Then we'll have a good old ground in place. When I'm done with that, I'll clamp this back up. We're going to do a quick ohm meter test to make sure everything is where it's supposed to be in terms of resistance. So I'm going to stop here and get that part of the operation finished and be right back. Okay, we're back. I complete soldering the shield, the ground to the side of the connector the whole way around, so you 100% good shield, good ground on this cable to keep extraneous RF from flowing into the outside world, into this cable, into our radio and the receive. So with that, I'm going to wrap this up with some electrical tape and come back, then clamp both ends down and give it the ohm meter test. Be right back. Okay, we're back. I found some alligator clips that kind of helped me out here. There's a second pair of hands. As you can see, I have connected to the ground, i.e. the outside shell, the braided wire. Get a reading of about 16 ohms or so. We're on a 200 ohm scale, so it's close enough to zero so it indicates continuity. Okay, I repeated the same with the center conductor. We're getting a reading of 5 ohms or so. So that's good enough for me to tell me that center conductors have solid continuity between the both. Okay, one last final test is the center conductor to the ground. Showing open, which I want to see, so no shorts. So this is a good cable, ready to be shipped out. That's it for making the cable tonight. I hope you folks learned how to install a PL-259 connector on a piece of coax. And I hope what you learned here tonight inspires you to do the same. If you have any questions, comments, criticisms, whatever, please post them in the comments box below. If you want to email me, my email direct to my channel is NU3Q radio@gmail.com. That's November Uniform 3 Quebec radio@gmail.com. I look forward to hearing from you folks and hope you learned something new tonight. Until then, we'll catch you folks down the log. 7-3. This is Bob, NU3Q, going QRT. Good night all. 7-3.